Welcome to the Strobing butt plug as I start to have seizures on camera now.
Oh, shit. I thought you were like trying to do like the sexy.
Yeah, I
Hair
did
toss.
for a second.
It was like my hair was like looking weird and I'm like, oh, I took my shirt off.
See, I thought you were going to do like the girl that you're. Welcome to the Strobing
butt plug. Hi. This one is episode 29, I think.
Yeah.
It is because we called the last one 27 and it was really 28. So anyway.
Counting is not a strong suit of mine.
No, it's not. So, I am your wonderful, most amazing person in the world host, Missy Davis. These are my okayest sidekicks, Ron and Ariana. Today, we're going to be shit-talking some beers and reviewing some dumbasses. I don't know. We're going to be reviewing some beer and shit-talking everything else. So, today, we have Snow Job. Let's get the camera. I don't know why we're getting the other camera. Snow Job is a bourbon barrel aged Christmas ale from brewed and canned by Working Class Brewery. That's in Cleveland, Ohio. Next up we have.
I forgot to introduce the buddy.
Oh my God, we have the buddy.
Oh, buddy.
I forgot about the buddy.
He's upset.
He's upset. I'm sorry.
Old man was running around old manly crowd earlier.
Yeah.
Now he's sat down and he's happy.
And then our next beer is.
Oh, that's pretty.
It is pretty, and it feels really weird. It's got like I don't know, like crown paper.
I like that.
It is. I thought it was tomatoes and pizza on the can. I'm like, and then it's not. But it is called Difficult Correspondence.
Sure looks like tomatoes and pizza to me.
I did. I was like, this is a pizza flavored beer. I was like, I will totally get them with it. It's mixed fermentation, Imperial Saison Ale. Saison Ale, aged in Virginia wine barrels and conditioned on Narangilla. It looks like it says marijuana, but it's Naranjilla. That is
A flower, maybe?
I don't know. But the address is 81 Patch Road in Fort Monroe, Virginia. It has their like complete address. Ouzel Finch Beers and Blending.
Go trip.
Yeah, you could. 7% alcohol. I don't know what that other one is yet. And then we have our Mysterious Beerius.
Bud Light.
Yep, the Bud Light Mysterious Beerius. So, I gotta pour the beer. I was just gonna go on to talking. Alrighty.
That's a sign she's got shit to say.
I do. It's interesting to me. Let's see what we got here. This is 8.5%. Oh, yeah. Somebody's getting naked tonight. Don't do it, Ron. So anyway, as I'm pouring, anybody else have anything cool to say?
Yeah, you were talking about like the 8% shit.
I had like a funny day at work today.
Hell
so
yeah.
I'll tell you that.
I want to hear about your work.
So my friend, I might have talked about her already. My wife.
Oh yeah, your work wife.
She came to day shift like a few weeks ago.
I thought you were going to say she came today. It's like, whoa!
Damn.
I mean, she might have.
You made your work wife really happy, damn.
Work wife comes today, she makes her come. Hey,
Snow Job.
But anyway, like
judgment free zone.
I
That
completely
go
forgot
get it.
about this, but we like she's gay. She's like super gay.
So you may have made her come.
And but yeah, so like we used to call her Fingers when she worked on day shift a long time ago because she's got these really long fingers, and we had like a full day where we were just making fun of her. We're like,
That's
man,
great.
we can see you like waving all the way from Greenville, like like stuff like that. And
That's fucking delicious.
it is good. But today, like I'd forgotten that we called her that, and she was like, my friend offered her some Triscuits, and she was trying to get them out of the box, and I was thinking, what, you can't get them with those big fingers or whatever, you know?
Use them as
I don't-
chopsticks.
I didn't even say it, but it just like reminded me of her nickname. And then at lunchtime, I was like, I'm not gonna say it. And then at lunchtime, she started talking about how she can't find gloves that fit. I'm like, oh god, now I have to say it. I was like, why? Because of those big ass fingers. And then like we were just like making fun of her, and my friend's like, look at her fingers, show him your hand. Like, to all the people around.
So you said she is lesbian. Does she have a girlfriend? And how happy are they?
That's just, I was
gonna say that.
She does have a girlfriend, and as far as I know, they're very happy. Because she was like a good friend of hers before or something.
That's a good thing. My thing is, I was gonna be like, well, we can tell who the man is in that relationship, like with the fingers, but
Oh, it's definitely her.
that's awesome.
She dresses like a dude.
It's funny.
Pretty good.
I saw this TikTok today.
This is like bourbon without the burn.
Yeah, it is really good. I'm just telling stories, not talking about the beer drink. What is it again? It's a Christmas. there's no...
Is it bourbon barrel aged something or other?
Oh, okay, so I didn't read. Ale brewed with cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, allspice, clove, and honey. It's bourbon barrel.
It reminds me of something, but I can't place my finger on what it reminds me of. I have fingers.
I was going to say, I bet your friend could.
Love you.
It's really great because you
Paint
said...
one to the sink's got to be a lot more interesting that way. Coming out there, stick it up there, finger coming out the mouth.
That's great. But then my thought is like, imagine how long her toes are. So we're gonna go sit here and bash her friend. Don't watch that episode.
I mean,
we're doing it lovingly.
Time.
See, it's being done lovingly though.
That's right.
It's not like fucking long finger freak. No. We're talking about all the benefits of having the extreme long
I
fingers.
feel like she wouldn't feel loved if I didn't make that.
That's right. I mean, it's really weird because people are so mean, and then when I'm mean, like everybody likes it. It's like they know that's my like that's my it's your shit your love language.
Right. That's funny that you bring that up because that has been like a subject of conversation this week for me.
That's funny.
But yeah. Anyway, like what was I getting ready to say? I don't remember what I was gonna say now.
It's like honey jack but carbonated. That's what I'm thinking.
No, it tastes like Jack 'cause I hate Jack.
It's honey
I
whiskey.
don't know what the fuck it tastes like, but it reminds me of something.
It's really good.
So, also, there's like this older guy at work, and he just recently came to days too, and he's probably like closing in on 60 or something maybe. And he was like, him and this other lady that I work with, they're like kind of perverted together or whatever, like they say perverted things and stuff. And he was talking about how, like, somehow they were talking about cum or something. And he was talking about, I'm so old, it comes out like powder or something. I was like, so basically it's like squeezing a bottle of baby powder. And then later on, he comes up to me and he goes, said something about eating powdered donuts. And I was like, well, good thing I like them glazed. And he got all flustered and he like walked out.
He powdered the donuts for you?
That's funny shit.
And then he was talking about like the powdered donut factory is just a bunch of old men jacking off putting donuts. I was like, oh my god, this is like our whole day was just like perverted conversation.
I love it when
today.
you have a day like that.
I know, it was
Great
fucking
days.
awesome. Like I laughed so hard today.
It makes your face hurt.
Right.
It's great. It's good days. No, so my thing, I gotta look at my phone, make sure I get them all, but I know Logan started off doing something weird the other day, and I've determined that he is more Missy than I am, and I'm like, how can this be? Like, he's more me than me.
I must not have known you before, back in the day.
Right. It's like, how's this happen? And then you got, like, Jacob said the funniest thing. I was like, Jacob continuously, like, it's almost like he's stoned, and he's, like, does not smoke pot, though.
This reminds me of wine, kind of.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe like a honey wine.
Maybe like some kind of wine.
I did get a sniff of Jack.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste Jack-like to me.
Well, it's that, like I said, it's like bourbon-y, but
It's pretty smooth.
It's
Because
like
Jack is not
it's
smooth.
like bourbon flavor, but without the burn of the bourbon. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's really cool. So, I don't know so I guess I just didn't, like, think of what Logan said that prompted me to remember him doing this. But, like, so the one day, I think maybe it's just my space cadet ways, and I'm, like, really spacey about shit, and so this was happening a while ago, maybe, I don't know, within the past year or two. Logan, I had him at the doctor. They're just, like, doing a checkup there, checking his vision and his ears. So they had him, he had the ear things on, and you're like, raise your hand every time you hear a beep. And he's like, and he's just literally, he's just doing this thing here. The whole time he's going, And then there, you know, so he's just sitting there like this for the longest time. And he's like, and the chick was like, and he took off the headphones. She's like, does he have like hearing deficits? Because she's like, that one ear is not good. And I was like, oh, okay. And then she leaves the room, and I'm like questioning him. I'm like, is that like, are your earphones too loud? Are you like, you know, should you turn them down when you're playing games? Like, no, I don't. He's like, I don't have them on that loud at all. And it's like, I keep them turned down really low and this, and I'm questioning him. He's like, well, when I was listening, he's like, you know, like when you're like anticipating a noise to happen and you like, you hear something, but you don't know if you hear it. He's like, so I didn't know if I was actually hearing it or I was just making it up in my head. I was like, oh my God.
I get exactly what he means though.
I understand it completely.
Because we had, like, we don't do it anymore, but we used to have like a hearing van or some shit come to work. And like we had to do that.
That's so
and
funny.
I would be like sitting there like, did I hear that? Did I not hear that? I don't know. You know, like.
And so I had to yell at the hall and get her. I was like, hey. He didn't raise his hand because he thought he was making up noises in his head. So she's in there. She's like, okay. She goes, yeah, even if you just think you're hearing something, just raise your hand. So, I mean, so his hearing is perfect. And then when he went to the sight test, he's I don't know why, like he just got jumbled in his head. But he's sitting there. He's trying to read the line. And he's like, I don't know if he starts reading the wrong line. He's like reading it. He's like, oh, wait, no. And then he's just tripping over his own. He's like, wait a minute. No. And they're laughing. He's got the whole office cracking up laughing. He goes, I know these letters.
He just like forgot the letters temporarily.
Well, I think he read the wrong line. God wasn't out there with him. He's like started off reading the wrong line. Oh, wait, no, I did that wrong. That's not what I meant. he's sitting there, and then now that he's already flustered, he's trying to read the right line, but he just keeps saying the wrong like letters, and so, you know, everybody's laughing at him. It's like he eventually reads it off like, okay, you're good. And then so I did some other stuff today, but I'm gonna go off to Jacob's stoner moment. I don't know why he doesn't think things through before he says them. So the other day, he's on 2 seizure meds, and the other day he was telling me that like he had 4 days left, and I thought.
Need to shave your glass there, dear.
Pretty much. There's like a huge wad of cat hair on the
Well,
side of my
just
head.
like you said that as you were saying that, I saw Buddy like scratching, and I just saw like gray snow coming off of him.
It's like, you don't want that in your mouth. What are you doing, dummy?
Gross, dude.
He's gonna eat it like puke up cat hair ball later.
Yeah.
Ew.
But so anyway, Jacob in his stoner moment. So his meds are like off because I have to like, I don't know, the one text came in, I was like, yes, refill this one, the other one didn't come in. And I thought you told me he had like a lot of them, but the one that I did refill, he had a lot of. The other one, he only had like 13 days of. And then so I was like, dude, how, like, well, he told me, he's like, oh, I have like 4 days left of my meds. I'm like, okay, and this was on Friday. This is Friday night. Sunday night, he's like, hey, I'm out of meds. That's not fucking 4 days, dude. That's 2 days. And so I'm like, okay, fine. I was like, well, you know, I'll see what I can do. I was like, I'm supposed to be driving all day tomorrow. I was like, I'll make some calls. I'll see if I can get like the children's hospital to renew your prescription to it. And then I'll see if they'll fill it there so I can pick it up there and bring it to you at school. So I got it, and I got it probably by noon. I got it to him, I think I got it to him like 11:30. I literally handed him meds. He took them right there in front of me. I said, I'm going to put the rest of yours on the table. He said, okay, I'm going to put that, you know, put the bottle on the table. And then I went out and was driving. He texted me like that evening, it was just right after I got home from school. So this was within 4 hours. He was like, hey mom, are you going to get a chance to pick up my meds today? I was like, what the fuck happened, dude? I was like, are you high? Are you on the pot?
Does he got
Are
like?
you on the pot?
Are you on the pot? You got
That's what we say when they say dumb. When they say dumb shit, we're like, are you on the pot? Are you stoned? What are you doing?
Are you injecting the marijuana? Because wait.
I'm going to ask that next time. Are you injecting the marijuana? But no, so I did that. He's like, no. And so I was like, dude, just joking, man.
That's pretty much what I always say to Sarah when she does something stupid.
You injected the marijuana.
Are you injecting the marijuana?
Why is it when you add the in front of
That's
something,
so
it makes
funny.
it sound like you're old? Because my friend one day said something about the Google.
Well, when you add the to it, it means that you don't know shit about
Right.
it. You're like, are you on the Google?
You on the Google.
Are you on the marijuana's? Like, you're not really sure what marijuana is, but you know it's bad.
Right.
Are you on the beers, Missy?
On the beers. Do you drink the beer? I love it.
What
Do
is
you
the...
use the butt plug? That doesn't really sound like, you could be like, do you use butt plug? Are you on butt plug? You could do that. Like,
Every week.
yes, exactly. And then, what did Logan do today? So today, he's like, he looked at my shirt. He's like, oh, you got the German angry beer shirt, or angry beer, the German angry bird shirt. I was like, he's like, yeah, that stripe looks like the German flag. And I was like, this is Sesame Street. It's like, it's the same thing. I'm like, you got the yellow bird, the red bird. I was like, that's not a bird. Like, you got the blue bird, the green. I was like, those aren't birds. That's the same thing. That was really funny to me.
Is he on the crack?
I probably.
He's probably on the Google.
It's on the Google. Do you inject the Google? Do you snort the Google? You definitely snort the Google, don't you?
Do you look at the memes? Are you on the memes?
Yes. You're addicted to memes, aren't you?
Memes and big titty goth girl porn.
Well, I would hope he wouldn't say that. I mean, I don't care if he. Well, I mean, maybe I would. He's only 14.
If you say the big titty goth girl porn?
But I would not want him to tell me that. Hey, Mom, I'm into big titty goth girl porn. Can you pick me up some videos and magazines when you hit the store? Like, want
have
some
video.
leather and some plaster, some rubber,
Like,
please.
Just do what we did when we were kids and get it your damn self.
Yeah, damn right. Hell yeah.
Locally
Exactly.
sourced, organic, big titty goth girl porn.
That's right. It's too easy to get these days.
Bespoke, handmade.
That's right. We got our pizza difficult correspondence. It's not pizza, it's the saison.
It says wine barrel aged.
Yeah, it's aged in wine barrels. I thought, that's interesting.
What was that word you couldn't pronounce?
Saison?
No, the other one
Hold on here.
that I thought might be like a flower or something.
Oh, yes. That's the Narangilla. Naranjilla. I like that hot water is steaming. You probably can't see it on the camera, but I'm liking it.
Nice and relaxing.
It is. It's like, ooh, oh my god. It's gonna get me.
I don't know, I misspelled it. They didn't find it, but there's beer, and I'm less interested now.
Okay, well, I'll give it a look when I.
For me.
Getting some good head.
Some head, man.
Best head I got all week.
Oh, well,
Me too.
I was gonna say it probably means you haven't got any, Ron, because, well, you know, if you've got plenty and you openly admit that's the best head you got all week, then that's a real insult to the girlfriend, and she should be.
Busy. She's been very busy.
That's true, she has been, hasn't she?
Don't shortchange Ariana. I think now that her head's going down, she get a little less.
Right.
Now we're getting technical. Did you do the horn shot?
I got a lot of head. I got a piece in there. I don't want the piece. Oh, why do we get
Did you horn
pieces?
shot it?
Porn shot.
Ooh.
This smells strange.
Ooh, it stinks like dead things to me.
Said something about mixed fermentation, didn't it?
Kind of smells like fermented orange juice.
Yeah, it kind of
It's
does.
got that. That's the wine
Mixed
smell.
fermentation Imperial Saison Ale aged in Virginia wine barrels. I knew what kind of wine. White
Tastes like a sour.
That smell to me is a wine smell.
Ooh. Oh. It's interesting. But I
Tart
think
as fuck.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So it'll get better as I taste it. But that first was very tart. But it almost tastes like a tart version of McDonald's orange juice.
This kind of tastes like something we've had before, I think. Like a sour we've had.
You know,
before.
so you say that, maybe these little fuckers are oranges instead of tomatoes.
Pretty sure there's
Probably.
tomatoes.
Yeah, the tomato
They
wine.
apparently don't know how to draw oranges.
Yeah.
That looks like an onion.
They do, I know, right? It looks like pizza toppings. And a cross with all the pepperonis inside.
Well, like all the green shit in there, except for the one that looks like a cat or a Pokemon, that's all supposed to be like yeast.
It just looks like little designs.
No, those are like little yeast cell designs.
I was gonna say once I turned it that way, it started. I could see though. See, I don't quid. Ooh.
It's definitely onions and tomatoes in a pizza.
I know, right?
I mean, as fucked up as this tastes, maybe.
Let's
They're
see.
like, let's make a pizza beer.
It's not terrible, but
No,
not like, it's not my favorite.
and that definitely looks like a goose frog, duck with 4 legs.
Goose frog, yeah, I see it. I see what you mean.
And I don't know what the quid. It's a different language, I think.
Yeah, that's.
And the green.
Yeah.
It's green cursive. Yeah, it's a different language. It's in cursive.
Yeah, it's fucking Latin or some shit. If you say it right, you're gonna summon a demon who's gonna drink the beer with us.
I think literally in 20 years, that's what kids will be like. This is a different language. I don't know that language.
What a shitty font.
Yeah. Well, no, I think they'll just think it's a completely different language. My kids are like that. They're like, I have trouble reading cursive. I'm like, Jesus, I'm gonna teach you guys cursive. It's upsetting. It is. It's like, I mean, they can read it, and when Jacob tries to write his name in cursive, it's literally just his name in print.
Eventually, kids are gonna have problems straight up writing fucking letters unless they keep forcing them to in school.
That is true. Because
typing makes it so fucking easy.
And they don't even know how to type.
My handwriting is fucking shit.
Dude, I like the feel of this like label.
My handwriting is fucking shit because I type so much.
It's like, dude, your handwriting has always been shit.
I typed a lot in high school
I
too.
always typed.
It's true though.
Yeah, you were on the computer a lot when we were in high school.
I mean, that's what I do for a fucking living. So
my kids, I think they probably did like a little bit of typing program, but with everything they do, like they use Voice to like whatever, and it, like their laptops have it, like their Chromebooks that they have for school that the school gives them has it. I'm just having trouble with that.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. It's very tart.
I'm like sitting here going, preparing myself. I want to take a big swig, and it's going to be done.
I don't know. It's kind of pineapple-y to me in a way. Maybe.
So last night I moved the Christmas beer into secondary, and I'm like, it's a little bit tart. And after having this, I'm like, shit, that ain't tart at all.
That's
Fuck.
funny. Well, it's a different kind of tart because this is a weird tart, and then the other, like your tart, is like cranberry tart. This cranberry juice is tart. It's got like that dry tart.
See, I'm just kind of trying to figure out. It says that mixed fermentation part. I heard. I'm going. So what do they mix together? You know? Or is it like two different yeasts they mix to get that extra, like, I don't know, the bite to it? I will say this is definitely a wake you up here.
Oh, that's why that. Okay, there you go. It's a weird fruit in Ecuador, and it looks like those pizzas.
Looks like little tomatoes.
So let's get this pulled up. No, I don't want to donate, you jerks. Solanum quitones.
Looks like some kind of fucked up tomato.
It does.
It's like tomato.
That's
Picture
the
a
little
tomato
things on
that's kind of orangish, but with green seeds.
It's a pizza fruit, okay?
Yeah. Oh, hell. See, this is all like in... The lulo plant has large, elongated, heart oval-shaped leaves. I don't fucking care. The fruit has a citrus flavor, sometimes described as a combination of rhubarb and lime. So that makes sense. The juice of the narangilla is green and often used as a juice or for a drink called
Beer.
lulada. Classification. Well, that's a pretty cool looking leaf. That's pretty neat. Oh, it's got a weird bottom.
Pictures and things on Strobing Butt blog on Facebook if we remember it.
Nutrition, agriculture. Well, yeah, I'll take a picture of the solanum, whatever. The
Oh,
leaf.
God. I don't like this one. I'm not a fan. Sorry.
Like I said, I'm like steeling myself here. I'm like, all right, we're gonna fucking chug this, because that whole chugging function is the only way I'm gonna get through this one.
Well, she said the more you drink, the better it'll get, and I feel like it's getting worse.
It's getting different. It's not as tart or bitter.
I think for me,
I didn't get bitter.
I think if we'd have started off with this and went to the to that bourbon one,
it maybe would have been better.
Yeah, we start off with that really good bourbon one, and this is like such a 180 from that,
It is.
Like, this could have been the mystery, and whatever the mystery
that would have
is.
been a bad mystery.
The mystery beer, and then you like take a drink, and you're like, bleh.
I was thinking more like a palate cleanser in between, but yeah.
That's good stuff.
This is like not a palate cleanser, it's a blow the palate out.
I'm trying to just should it be like super fucking cold or very room temperature? Because I feel like mine's almost room temperature now.
Very cold.
I still think it tastes a little tomatoey. I mean, I didn't say that before, but I am like a.
Maybe that's why I don't like it, because I don't like
It
tomatoes.
is tasting Bloody Mary like.
I can see some tomato juice flavor with this.
I'm not a huge
Just
tomato
a slight
fan.
thought of it.
You better be putting
Just
some
like
salsa type spices in there, some
like
pasta
it's got like this definitely the acidity of tomatoes.
It tastes like Bloody Mary-ish to me.
I don't think I've ever had a Bloody Mary just because it sounds completely unappetizing to me.
I had one at this one place in Columbus, and it wasn't horrible. And then I had one at Wings and Rings, and it literally, like, the consistency of it was like somebody vomited in a glass.
Ugh.
There was pieces. Like, I don't know why there was such, like, chunks in there.
Did they just like grind up the tomato or something?
I don't know what they did. It wasn't even really ground very well. It was like very, very, very finely diced. It was literally a fucking suspension. Like, there was just pieces all. It was hideous. But the best place to get them, which I've never had them from there, it's that little is it like called the Courtyard or something like that, or like
In Inglewood?
Yeah, it's apparently like I think Sundays they sell them, and it's like $9, and you get a Bloody Mary. And there's little like a whole like little like sliders like this. It's just a plate of food like sitting out the top of it. It's like you're getting a whole meal.
I've seen stuff like that.
I've seen them. I actually seen one today.
Just saw a picture today too.
Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if it was like the same thing.
Right. It's like, were we surfing the same? Like, do we see the same ad or whatever? Not really an ad.
I will say this much.
Same group, probably.
Props to you guys for making something different, but that is rough.
Dude. The Courtyard is where I met Jamie when she said, I like cats too.
That's funny. It's good stuff. I've been there once. I was like really fucking trashed. Like, I don't really remember being there.
Ian's band used to play there quite a bit.
I wonder if maybe that's who I saw there. Because I was going to say, I knew I saw a band there, and I knew they played there quite a bit.
And it was funny because my aunt happened to show up there, I think she happened to show up. Like, I don't think she knew his band was
That's
playing
funny.
or something, but yeah.
Yeah, it's good. It does have a tomato acidity to it.
I hate tomatoes.
It's tasting,
Get all that out of there.
Dude, I can still remember like my mom like getting a tomato out of the garden like when I was like really, really, really young. Like,
experience.
yeah, when we lived in Arcanum.
Oh, Jesus.
Like that young, and she like cut it in slices and tried to make me eat it, and I'm like, this is gross, and like I didn't want to eat it. She's like, just put some brown sugar on it.
Oh,
I'm like,
good.
this is even more gross.
Brown sugar on was it like a fucking green tomato?
No, it was like a big, huge red tomato.
This
like
is the best
at
kind,
best-
but
At best, I could see that stuff tasting kind of like a green tomato, fresh out of the garden, maybe.
my thing is, I could see maybe adding just a tiny bit of like white sugar, but brown sugar, oh, that would be hideous.
I don't know. I mean, like, don't you put brown sugar on like meatloaf? You put like ketchup and brown sugar.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could.
but there's some vinegar in there to fuck around with those flavors.
Yeah. And that brown sugar just makes it more like barbecue sauce. But I don't think brown sugar on a tomato would be like, this is like barbecue sauce.
Yeah, and I have
Tomatoes are already really fucking sweet as is.
Sometimes, yeah.
They got
Yeah,
the acidity to them, but
I get bitter as fuck when I eat them.
That's fine. The garden ones are the best though, like the beef heart tomato beefsteak or whatever.
Beefsteaks.
Yeah,
You know what? I don't like tomatoes yet. I've grown them before.
that's funny.
Growing up, my mom always used to go and get she'd plant a shit ton of little cherry tomatoes, and as a kid, she'd instead of eating candy, eat these. So I'll still to this day eat the shit out of them.
Cherry tomatoes better than the grape tomatoes.
Even though they're they're so acidic, somebody will start to get mouth sores from the acid level in them.
It's really funny. They had Larry's grandma. She had a bunch of the cherry tomatoes growing on her fence line, a really wide area of her fence line when the boys were really young. Well, I don't know. I might have been pregnant with Logan. I don't fucking know. But Jake was literally, I think he was probably 2 years old, and he was eating the red ones, and he loved them. And they were just starting, some of them turn red, but the majority of them were green. And he just kept going. He was eating the green ones. It's like, dude, no. Just right off, just kept going.
Well, what is it? Fried green tomatoes is a
fried green tomatoes are very good.
I've never had them.
I think they don't taste like tomatoes.
I might try that though.
It would probably be more so. I don't know. I was gonna say it'd be maybe more like fried okra without the snot feeling of them.
Snotty, clingy feeling going down your throat.
Yeah, the very liquidy, just goose.
Fried okra is not bad, but the snotty, when you just cook it or whatever, it's gross.
But no, I can't believe I don't think I've ever had a raw green tomato. I'm sure I had to have tried one that day. And I'm sure it was fucking gross too. Kids are weird.
I'm just watching you sip that and you should call I fucking hate you.
I'm trying. I'm really trying.
Your face just says,
dump it out.
your face just says,
no, I'll just drink it.
your face just says, I hate you. I'm still drinking you, but I hate you.
Hold your nose. Just hold your nose.
That doesn't ever seem to work.
When I was a kid, it did not work, but as an adult, it works a lot more. Hi there, kitty poo.
I think you guys have made a friend.
Yeah.
Because he's all about coming over to you guys now too.
That's funny.
I don't even think he can hear because I get home from work and he will be sitting over there eating. I'll walk in and he just doesn't even notice until I sit my metal water bottle down.
Hey kitty, can you hear? Try to be real loud sometime, that's not even affecting me.
He doesn't even, right now he doesn't care because he's just pet me, but don't touch me because everything hurts.
But if he's outside or something, or hell, if you want to do it inside, which, I'd probably do something this dumb. But he's just sitting there
face.
chilling.
Oh, that is a lovely face.
So that last drink, it smelled like
Vomit.
no.
When I chugged
It smelled like my carpet after the dog laid on it for a really long time.
Wow. That last chug that I did, because I did a big one, I was just sitting there kind of
like my carpet after the dog laid on it.
I was holding back a vomit, and I didn't want to mention it while you guys were drinking, but I was like,
Great.
okay.
Yep, it smells like dog infested carpet.
That's great.
No offense to whoever made this.
Props for trying something different.
You get it?
Yeah, there's something about it though.
It's like Charlie when he needs a bath.
It's tomatoey, and yes, it's sweaty tomatoes, sweaty dog tomatoes.
tomatoes.
Sweaty dog and tomatoes.
You said sweaty dog tomatoes. My dog is not fixed and he has huge testicles, and I'm just picturing that.
Sweaty dog tomato
I'm
balls.
picturing that flavor, and I'm going, well, that ain't gonna go out of my head anytime soon.
Sweaty dog tomato balls.
He just got groomed in the last week or so his balls look huge at the moment. And they're ponderous and hard to ignore.
That's great.
Let me tell you, they're very ponderous and hard to ignore right now.
Alrighty, well, sounds good.
My dog's balls sound good to you?
No, just your description of your dog's balls. They're really hard to ignore. Dude,
you need to come by while they're recently shaved.
What do you say about your dog's balls?
They're hard to ignore. They're just there. They are just fucking there every time you look. Every time you look at them, they're just.
It's in your face.
Damn near.
Balls in my face.
You know what? I got that Christmas party coming up.
Yes.
And I'll just tell you, when you look at Charlie, his balls will still be pretty recently shaved. You will have troubles missing them. You'll have problems missing them.
Sounds like Ron misses them right now.
Huge balls on that dog.
That noise that you just made. Yeah, that reminds me of when we were kids for some reason.
We used to do that. I don't know why we did that. It was Beavis and Butthead. That would be swell.
That's what it is.
I knew. It came to me. I'm like, I have to do that. There's a reason. Oh yes. Alrighty.
Now we're gonna have something completely different.
That's right, and this should be good.
Is it
No,
completely
God, I
different?
hope
No,
so.
it is completely different. There's no weird flavors. I try to get some I try to do like just drastically different flavors among all the ones that I bring.
That does have a tomatoey aftertaste.
It does. It's like really weird. I think
I just drank some tomato paste or something.
Like, I wonder how that was at Saison or whatever that fruit is.
well, saison's not a fruit. It's the
That was the style of wine or
the
something.
Narangilla.
Yeah, the Narangilla. I wonder how that would go in a salsa.
Probably really good. But this will be super. Did you rinse that? Rinsed it enough.
I'm excited now.
This will be super
Get this
good.
nasty. Ooh, it's nice and dark.
Oh, it should be really good. I think I can kind of smell it. Ooh.
Ooh, it smells like maple syrup.
No syrupy beer.
Teen syrup or teen spirit.
Teen spirits. It smells like teen syrup.
It's kind of thick.
It kind of does. I was hoping it would be thick.
It's like a cookie thing, maybe.
Maybe that kind of does.
Ooh, this smells like wet dog.
Or something. I'm not getting the wet dog.
I'm smelling more chocolate now.
Chocolate chip cookies.
Ooh, that is good. This is
definitely
not chocolate chip cookies, but
I'm getting some kind of pastry style for sure.
oh yeah. Mmm.
Like maple donuts.
No. No maple.
Vanilla something.
No.
Damn it.
Chocolatey.
Chocolate something.
It's definitely not the double stuff that I had the other day, but it's damn good. I'm just thinking some kind of cookie thing, pastry style.
Chocolate chip pancakes.
It's a little bit syrupy. I'm not like syrupy flavored. Like it's like thick.
Just thick. There's no real lactose in it, so that's a thing. There's a lot of stuff. I've gotten real used to tasting the lactose of this stuff
Is it
now.
like a bourbon barrel, like a chocolate?
Oh. It is good. Are you ready for the reveal?
Yes.
It is.
Straight
Red velvet stout. Donut stout. It is donut. It's red velvet donut stout. It is Street Side Brewery Robe.
Have we done Street Side Brewery?
Ah,
I've
sounds
been
very
to-
familiar.
I've been to Street Side Brewery. What are you talking about?
I know we've talked about it, but Street Side Brewery Robe. Dun-dun!
I've been to Street
I got
Side.
a donut.
Right.
Been down there. Was it Halloween week? One of those Halloween trips I did with Zach. We went to that Western themed haunted house where Bobby and I
So
did
you
that
brought
extreme
beer
haunt.
back from that? Or no?
I didn't bring anything back, but we just did what they had on
I
tap.
feel like we've done stuff from that because it just sounds really familiar. I mean, maybe unless I've just heard Zach talk about it a lot. But this is Robe, Red Velvet Donut Stout. Woo! Robe is a satisfyingly sweet stout that is sure to have you dancing in the squared circle. We brewed Robe with red velvet donuts from Holtman's Donuts, which add a scrumptious cake and cream cheese frosting flavor and aroma.
Cream cheese. That's what I was getting.
Dark chocolate and rich vanilla knife chop your taste buds, while a healthy 9.0 ABV balances out the beer and is sure to put your brain in a chokehold.
That is what it is. Like the smell of it is cream cheese.
It's cream cheese.
For sure.
That's the rounding off the tongue is the cream cheese.
We want to thank Holtman's Donuts and Cincy Weekend for collaborating this beer with us, and we are sure Robe will get a pop in your town. Keep cold, drink fresh. A collaboration with Holtman's Donuts and the Cincy Weekend. Crafted in Cincinnati, Ohio, Street Side Brewery.
I wonder how many fucking donuts they threw in their batch.
Right, and I really like it when they can get like different notes that are like you have that
It's
cream cheese glaze.
Well, it's like there was a Lucky Charms beer I remember a while
talking
back.
about donuts earlier, and now we're
Right.
drinking a donut beer.
I was getting ads this afternoon on Facebook for some event where they're pairing like a donut and a beer somewhere down that direction.
That's funny. But yeah, there was that Lucky Charms beer was like pretty all right, but it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. But it did like it had like you could taste separately the marshmallow, the little
Did
pieces.
we do
of,
Lucky Charms, or is this?
No,
this
this
was
is
something Zach did.
This was something that we saw way before we were butt plugging.
I was gonna say I don't remember doing a Lucky Charms beer. I've seen it before, but I've never tried it.
It was pretty good. Like it was not as flavorful like this, but it was a good beer.
Like this stuff right here, it's like in my mind I can imagine them just like taking a shit ton of the donuts, going, these are fucking good. Throw them in the fucking mash when they're making the beer.
Yeah.
That's throw them in the brew pot. They're just like, these are great. Somebody sitting there in the morning after work, they're going, dipping in their coffee. They got beer. They're going, dipping the beer. They're going, oh fuck. And then they go over, hey, can we order like, so if we want, they call them, they're like, so hey, can we order like 100 pounds of your donuts? How much is that going to cost?
Red velvet ones.
The red velvet ones, how much is that going to cost?
I wonder how.
And they're like, that what? They're like, yeah, we order donuts from you guys like every morning. We want to order like 100 pounds of these. Why pounds? Well, we need them to put in our brew because we're the brewery and we're going to do this.
But think of it like this: they make multiple hundreds, if not thousands, of cans, and it's like, I don't know,
And
I
I feel like if they would have just went with like,
how can a bakery keep up with that unless it's like a big thing?
In Cincinnati,
I've never heard
probably.
of Holtman's. Like a.
but in the same breath, I'm sure they're like, you want to buy how many of our donuts? Fuck yeah, we can make that many.
Right. That would have to be hey, we're a brewery and we want to make your.
And it's not like, if, number one, I'm pretty certain the way this tastes, they're not just throwing like the raw dough in there.
Right, yeah.
There be problems with that, but, it's not like they're going to have to be the freshest of the fresh off the line donuts.
Right, I'm kind of wondering if they're
'Cause they're
putting
just
like
gonna chuck 'em in
the ingredients for the donuts. Like, this is what our ingredients are. Throw that in there versus making that many donuts and throwing the donuts in there.
That's possible.
Yeah, I don't know how beer is made. I probably should since we're doing this podcast.
Well, Ron's the beer maker.
Yeah, Ron's the beer maker. I just taste the beer.
That's right. I taste beer too.
And I'm actually starting to get to where I know stuff now.
Well, by episode 29, I hope we will.
Yeah.
What was it? Zach put up something on Untapped the other day. He had 4,000 different beers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he had 4,000 different beers, and was it my buddy and I went to Jungle Gyms over the weekend. We were sitting there trying to figure out how many beers, like on average, a day per week, and all that shit. It would mean you'd have to have. We figured he'd have to have a different beer over a 20-year period because of his age. He'd have to have a different beer basically on average every 2.5 days or 2.3 something days.
Yeah, we figured that out here too.
Was that here?
Yeah, because
I was
Ariana did the math and she couldn't
Okay,
math
she's
right.
better than I am.
Yeah.
I'm
And I
drunk.
was like, it's not like that. I was like, it's like this.
Okay, so what is it? I was talking about that with Rob too then. And for the record, I'm thinking I've probably had too many of the high-end stuff because some of the shit that I bought at the Jungle, which I will be bringing here, there was like some 12%ers in there. I'm like, oh, that'll be good. Rob was looking at it like, the fuck?
That's funny.
I'm like, oh yeah, I've had plenty of those. And he's just kind of looking at it. It's a sign that I've maybe been having too many high-proof beers. I'm just like, oh, that's normal.
Well, it's all right. I was looking and I was like, where should I go? Like, I could just always go to the Barrel House. It's like not far. And I'm like, I want to. It was getting like they had too many pastry style beer. Like I had to dig through stuff. Pastry and IPAs. I'm like, oh, variety. I don't want to just get this shit. So I'm like, okay, maybe I can, find some other place. And like before I even went, I was like, no, I usually go there. I want to go someplace else and have different shit. And so I kind of Googled and it was saying something about like some place in Brookville I'm like, Brookville's a small town. I'm like, they're gonna have stuff that's Kroger or not as good as Kroger. And Kroger's just I don't know, it's mainstream craft beer. This is the craftier craft.
It's the Kroger's is the craft beer that they know will sell and not sit on the shelf forever.
Absolutely.
But
most people don't go. I mean, people who are like, oh, I'll just try this new beer. Who knows? But people who are real craft beer drinkers, I mean, they'll go to Kroger, but that's not their go-to because, well, you know,
no, it's
they're
like
tired of drinking the same beer over and over again.
well, it's like the last time I tried to go to Kroger's there in town, and their 6-pack they were trying to charge me like for one can $9.99 a thing. I'm like, no.
That's really weird.
And I just they were redoing the section, so I just don't think they knew what they were doing. They're just like, let's just not.
I really like this one.
Yes.
It is really good. This one was only $5.40. That one gross one was $8.40.
Damn.
Guess which is the more
Where I've
rare?
been getting them, they've been like $4.25.
That's not bad.
But I don't know if it was for the big cans.
This one was $4.80. Hell, I grabbed 3 of my more expensive beers because the majority of them, I think, grabbed 12 beers today, and I spent $60. $4 was tax, and then the majority of them were like $3, 3 and some change. But then I had like the $8 one, 2 $6 ones, 2 $5 ones, and I don't know that $4 one. So at least about 7 of them I think were $3 beers. Hey, they're yucky.
Do you guys find that people in Indiana drive really slow?
I don't.
Do you find that people in Ohio drive really fast?
Yeah. Exactly.
Where all did you go in Indiana that you were finding they drive slow? Because I only go into Richmond, and that's about it.
Well, this time it was Richmond, but like I went to a concert where the fuck is it, Newcastle, where the Ruoff.
Okay, yeah.
I went there one time, and it seemed like we were just stuck behind people the whole time. And like in Richmond, we were like driving, and it was just like we were stuck behind people.
I don't ever typically have a problem in Richmond.
Well, it was kind of on the back roads, though. It wasn't really like
That's fair.
on the main drag.
And then, so if like 70 is always so packed right there, like getting into Richmond and just beyond. Like typically, I've never gone past the road at the hospital.
Wow.
But
I didn't look at this shit until today. But go ahead.
But it is. You look disgusting in your face, Cat. Jesus, all the hair and shit. But no, like, semis are always just fucking jam packed. The traffic there does really suck because the main reason I would drive that way is taking somebody to a hospital, and you're just fucked if you're trying to get somebody lights and sirens. Like, especially like you have the traffic jams. It's like, well, I guess we're going through town today, But yeah, like, I mean, I just, they're kind of more so driving the speed limit.
Is there like stricter laws in Indiana about speed limits than there is in Ohio?
Not that I'm aware of, but I do know that Indiana, they can unmarked cop cars. So here in Ohio, the police aren't really allowed to sit there, like, basically they're not allowed to pull you over in anything but a officially marked state police car, where, it says cop, police on it. And if they're like, radaring you in the middle of the night, they can't sit there with their lights off and have you speed by, then flip on the lights and chase you. Indiana, last I heard, like over towards Indianapolis at one point, they had like Corvette Police cruisers that can pull people over.
Funny.
That were completely unmarked. And they could that was, definitely going to be something to slow people down, because if that, Corvette you're racing suddenly turns out to be a cop.
Right.
Well,
I had, and this was probably 20 years ago, so I don't know if the laws changed or whatever, but I know, I worked with a dude who his wife, her dad was a cop, so he was telling me, like, I guess, like, she was driving, and she just accidentally hit the gear shifter, so, like, it went into neutral, so her RPM shot up. I guess, I don't know how they can test an RPM, but he said, like, they could pull you over, like, based on your RPMs, which I'm like, how do they fucking see that? Like,
Right.
if they think your engine's running too high.
But, I mean, And maybe that's what it is. Like if maybe too loud of a vehicle, or if they hear it like rev too loud. I don't fucking know. But
That seems like one of those. If the cop feels like being a dick, they've got an excuse to be a dick and get you.
maybe they're just allowed to do that there. Here, I don't know. Maybe they care less here because they just have other things to worry about.
I went to IHOP last weekend, and it just like, I don't know, it just seemed like it wasn't as good as normal. It was good, but it seemed like they didn't have like as
Which
much
IHOP,
of
Richmond?
yeah. It
Probably.
seemed like they didn't have as much of a selection or something. Because usually around Christmas time they have new, like different stuff, you know, and they didn't really have
Like Christmas special pancake shits.
yeah, and like different kinds of hot chocolate and stuff like that, and it just seemed like a normal.
Maybe
I've stopped going there as much because it's like just the selections. They've not changed anything up in a while.
maybe like a combination of pandemic shortages and
Maybe.
like, you know, that good old Richmond suck, as I used to call it. Anything good that happens in Richmond, Indiana will be good for about 6 months to a year. And then the good old Richmond suck will kick in and just take all the fun out of it. So this weekend I'm supposed to be going to, was it Braxton Brewery with old Zach Hawley, the dude we were giving shit about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
And they're having their Dark Charge Day.
Yes.
And he was sitting there telling me how I have to pre-order some of that crap. While we were sitting there talking, I brought up the website to look at the pre-orders from that shit. They have an total of 8 bottles of different things. Look at that fucking price. Holy shit.
Oh Jesus.
$215.
2 of everything. 16 bottles, $400.
Wow.
8 bottles, $215.
I'm way too cheap for that.
Yeah, I got 12 beers for $60. Like, I don't know that I would want to buy it like that. So for me,
They'll ship it. That's shipped.
Because I looked at it like this, I'm like, I bought 12 beers today, and that's gonna I mean, you know, they're only gonna be drank here. So, you know, every third week, that's like, you know, 4 sets. So it's like, you know, like if I start, and then like the 4th week, and then it'll be 5th, 6th, 7th week, 8th, 9th. So, and you know, it's gonna be like 10 weeks. So 10 weeks, $60. And if everything is similar, 'cause usually that's about how it is for me. So $60 every 10 weeks, that's $300 a year for me. And that's not really that. That's like less than $1 a day. You know, to come here and do this, like that, ain't no big deal. And on top of that, like, I could write it off.
So if I have to pick based off of what's listed on here, because I'm going to be a little bit selective, because I sure as fuck ain't spending $215 on beer this weekend. Not like that. They have a 2021 bourbon barrel aged Braxton Labs Cream Puff,
That sounds good.
Braxton Barrel House double barrel aged orange Cursive.
Curacao. That's blue Caraco.
Okay.
That's like it's orange flavor.
Okay. Chocolate hazelnut coffee, and then a brown butter bourbon pecan.
That better be the best beer in the fucking world.
Yeah.
Because there's, I mean, like,
And then a 6-pack of, and it says a 6-pack of Distiller Select box set. So I'm assuming like a 6-pack of their normal shit.
maybe like their best beers, something like that they held back. But see, I was looking, there's like, so the Braxton Barrel House no wait, that's not it. The Braxton Labs Coconut Cream Puff. Everything was coconut today at that place that I went. So that's nothing big. That's like, it's just something that's popular right now. And you can get anything of that anywhere, not spending
$250
$10 a bottle.
Yeah.
Well, it'll be $5. Well, that's not $5 a bottle. Why am I dumb? That's $50 a bottle.
I think I went with him to that.
It is.
Before I was getting too into craft beer, I went with him to one in like 2019 to something like that.
$25.
And we got there like way ridiculously early and all this shit. I think that's where we're going again. I think that's where Braxton is. I don't recall
This is $25 a bottle.
But I'll buy a few.
One for $400.
I'll buy a few for the butt plug, but I'm not spending that much money.
Right.
I don't give a shit how much more money I'm making. That is not worth it.
Nah, that's a lot.
I mean, if you can, I'd be tempted to buy them from. I would buy them for myself. I would buy 2 of each. So is that 16, 2 of each? That's what that is.
Yeah.
So 1 for me, one to flip in 3 months, 4 months for
Yeah.
$50.
Well, he was talking about shit like that.
Right,
He
you talking
always-
about that.
Zach
You
always
flip
talks.
beers.
He always talks about flipping beers and shit, but
It's like flipping real estate, but it's beer.
you were just kissing on his head. He was sitting there thinking, "I hate this," and you're just like, "You are baby."
I would
Buddy is
totally-
baby.
Buddy is baby. Hey, baby.
Yep.
Old man
I've had him
baby.
since he was a baby.
He needs cat CBD. He seems nervous with that hair pulling.
Yeah, I could probably do that.
Just get him really fucking high. It's not really high.
I mean, I've got.
Just get him calm.
I'll say I got CBD for the dogs because Charlie does that.
It'll be
sometimes.
any animal. If it's okay for the animal, then it's okay for the
Probably
animal.
needs flea medicine too, I imagine.
I don't know. I think
I think
Old
I saw
and
a
dry
flea the other
skin
way.
bitch.
Well,
Let's say
I
my
did see
folks
flea
had
the other day.
My folks had a cat that used to have that problem. They'd have to go take to get like regular cortisone shots or some shit.
yeah. I mean, it could be like what's that thing that people have? Larry has it, but he calls it his herpes psoriasis or something.
Eczema?
Well, yeah, it is. It's a type of psoriasis that he has, and it's only really affected his skin once. That's why he went. But they're like they called it. There's like because it makes his joints hurt, and so it's like arthritis and psoriasis together. Like it's like the same thing. It'll cause one or the other. And they told him they're like, dude, like if you go into a tanning bed, like it helps. And he's done it, and it helped him. But he calls it his herpes arthritis because it's like psoriasis or like the
Eczema. That's what my kid has.
well.
I'm so thankful I have not shitty skin. At least that much.
And I don't think it's eczema. I think it is the psoriasis, and it's because it's this herpes arthritis. I don't think it's a herpes strain. I think he just called because it affected his skin. He's like, oh, my herpes, like my herpes arthritis.
Well, like one of my friends from Huber Heights, she has issues. That thing where they're like, you're allergic to water or some shit.
I've heard that before.
She's got some of those problems. Girl I used to work with at Honda, her son had that. And I was like, whatever. And then I remember we went to the Columbus Zoo because like they had this like Honda Days thing where they're all like, bring your family, you all get in free, yay, because we're kissing your ass, one of those sort of corporate things. And I was like, what the fuck ever. And then I saw her son after basically he splashed through a puddle of water and like he was wearing some Crocs. And like all his, like, it was just like this, not just rash, it looked like a freaking burn or like a scab kind of shit going on. I was like, damn.
It's really weird.
She has, since he's gotten older, got some like, one of those like eczema medications they advertise on TV. She's got him on some of that shit now, and apparently it's better. Of course, I haven't seen her in person in a year or better now, but still, you know.
Dude, I had a couple, I don't know if it's a couple years, it was like a while, like I had this bad rash on my fucking hands. My hands itched all the time, and they were like red and gross looking, and then I had like a rash on my butt.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what the fuck is this? It was like, looked like a bunch of pimples and stuff, and it itched like really, really bad, and I was like, is this like jock itch type of thing?
I'm gonna go ahead and blame the ex-husband.
Dude, no, it took forever to figure out what it was, though. I'm like, I didn't know what it was, and I was like putting different creams and stuff, and nothing was helping it. It was from eating ginger. Like ginger, I was having like an allergic reaction to ginger or something.
This is what happens
That's
when you have
fucked up.
lesbian sex with redheads.
Huh?
Lesbian sex with redheads. You
You
ate
did.
some ginger.
They're
I'm
stealing
allergic to gingers. No more redheads.
It's that is the husband. I thought he was going to play the ex-husband. That's great.
Oh.
No, I had this really weird rash on my hands. I worked at this factory. You know, they needed more people back in the back department, and they didn't need me in my department, so they stuck me in the back. And I got some of the paint on my hand, and it was so fucking weird because that paint like irritated me. The paint up front never irritated me, and lotion, even my hands are dry, just like fucking scaling or
That's
whatever.
exactly what I was doing.
And it got really bad. It got to the point like Larry was like, man, you like scratch your hands in your sleep. I would scratch so it would bleed. Like I made myself not scratch it during the day, and I would wake up with my hands bleeding and shit, you know? And I was like, fine, fuck it. It was like, I'm not the type of person that wants to do shit like this, but I took like our paint solvent that we used. It was like methyl ethyl ketone. It was very cancerous and shit. I'm fucking got rid of it. That was the weirdest thing. And what was it? Things like that. I mean, I guess, allergic reaction, that's like a little bit different. But I've been on this this parasite TikTok shit. Like, have you seen the parasite ladies on TikTok?
No.
Like Parasite, like they have parasites, or like the movie Parasite.
So they have parasites. I guess apparently, like most people, like
The
everybody
movie Parasite
has,
was the shit. That's an entire other thing.
like everybody has parasites. The majority of people have parasites, and like this lady, she's showing. So like, there's like some ladies, but the one lady comes up a lot, probably because I liked her shit. But it's like she's got this parasite cleanse that she's an affiliate marketer for, and I'm like looking at the stuff, and she's like, she has a whole bunch of people commenting. She's like, dude, I started the cleanse. It's like this. It's like this. It's like this. And I'm like her suggestion, I feel like you could do the parasite cleanse, and if you don't have any parasites, you're fine. It's not gonna like have adverse effects. But there's like a like you can test, like basically like she promotes a test that you can get tested for. That's like $500. I'm like, I'm not gonna get tested.
Man, I do not need $500 to be told I have a parasite. She's living in my second bedroom, and she's 16 years old.
That's right. Yes.
Never mind. Different kind of parasite.
But I got this.
Love you, daughter.
I did her. It was like $125 like parasite cleanse. So like there's like the cleanse tablets, and like I think it's called bentonite clay. They said if you don't like the bentonite clay, but they send you that. You could do like activated charcoal tablets. I guess that's supposed to. She says that there's die-off symptoms, which, so, because like you're killing things, because like there's also like a foot soak that's a parasite and heavy metal detox. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. I haven't started it yet, but they said like they're like, you gotta start it on like a full moon. And no, we're not like crazy. It's something about like the parasites, like that's their peak at the full moon. So that's where you'll be getting rid of the most of them, like getting rid of them and shit. And like that's not until December 18th, so I was like, well, I'll just let it sit for a while. But like when she shows like the foot bath after she has her parasite, she shows a foot bath after she's done that. It's like all this weird ass shit in there. I'm like, oh, holy fuck, like I don't think that I do, but it's like I don't know, like this one lady, she posted like a before and after. This chick had like this rash all up, and she couldn't get rid of this rash. And apparently, they didn't have it like your skin too and stuff. And like the lady said she did the cleanse, and like her chest is, way better. I'm just kind of like, that's interesting. But when you said you had like the rash on your ass, I was like, she's got parasites.
Dude, that was so fucking terrible.
I probably
Because I was
would
like
be.
at work, and like my butt would just itch all the time. Like, sucks,
You guys are talking about parasites and ass pimples and itching butts, and I keep looking at the can that the donut beer coming and going, man, I want a fucking donut.
It's like parasites, ass itching, donuts.
But yeah, like
I want a fucking donut. Might as well call you Homer Simpson.
I was putting
God.
ginger in my smoothie.
I was putting donuts in my
Putting
smoothie.
donuts in my smoothie. Now I was putting ginger in my smoothies every day. I can eat ginger, but not every day.
A buildup of it or something.
like
maybe.
it fucked me up.
So I put some in a smoothie the other day. But what I've been doing, obviously you wouldn't be able to do this. I put ginger and a cinnamon stick in my coffee pot and then just let it brew. And then I have to let it sit there for a while. And it makes a really weird tea, but it's actually pretty good.
I could probably do it, but just not every day. Like,
Right,
I could do
yeah.
it like once.
You could do
So
it.
if you guys
Maybe
wait just a
once.
few weeks, I'll give you the best ginger cinnamon cleanse you can have. It'll even have cranberry in it, so if you got urinary problems, it'll fix that.
There you go.
Christmas
They're like
beer.
cancel each other out.
I just don't want to be like rubbing my ass on the ground like a dog. What do you-
I am just imagining that is going to be like because that is the most amazing thing. I want to see that.
I've seen her do that before.
I just want to see you just sitting there going,
I've
doing
seen-
like trying to bite your ass and just, like a little Shih Tzu or something.
I've seen her scoot her ass on the ground like a dog with worms before.
I'm sure you have.
I know we were at the park. It was like the last day of school, and like
I already don't remember this.
I do. I don't know. Like we were just sitting there or whatever, and like Erica Blumenstock and some of her friends were up at the park. We were like a bunch of everybody was at the park, and they had eggs. They started to throw them at people, and one went your way, and you were sitting in Indian style, which should we call it indigenous style now?
Crisscross applesauce.
There you go.
Yeah.
We'll call it that.
It's crisscross applesauce.
But you did this, and it broke here and splashed up on your ass, and you're like, damn it! Now what do I do? You didn't have anything to wipe it off, so you just scraping your ass
Sounds
on
like
it.
something I would do.
I remember that.
I do not remember that whatsoever.
I don't know why I remember that. I don't know.
It's probably funny.
That was fucking shit. But I also remember we were super fucking pissed, fucking bitch, fuck her, one of those things that we were gonna kill her and we plotted her death and just never did anything about it.
That sounds about right.
By the way, Unsolved Mysteries, this is what happened to that
It's like that scary voice going on, tale of a girl.
Until
Nothing
they
left-
mentioned it 20 years later.
Nothing
on the
left but
podcast.
ink curtains. Still a mystery in a small town, Pittsburgh.
And then they mentioned it on a podcast, stupidly thinking they were past this limited
Except for they're
statute.
still alive.
That's right. She's still alive
They
somehow.
thought they
Okay.
passed the limited
I
statute of
on
limitations,
her Facebook here recently.
but they didn't. And now they're fucked.
That's great. Good stuff.
On the bright side, they're going to the same prison together, so at least they'll have a good time at it for the next 25 years.
Missy will, because we already talked about
That was
her
last week's
plan.
episode. I swear I forgot about that. And I got behind on the two podcasts, so I'm trying to edit them both today. I'm like, Jesus, I've never gotten this far behind on it.
I'll just be Missy's sidekick, and
Hey.
she'll be ruling the prison or whatever, and I'll be helping her.
Hell
You
yeah.
help her, you get her cast off
Wait,
pussy.
Cast off pussy?
Well, yeah, you're in there getting eat this, and then when you're done, because somebody newer and hotter comes in, you can have Ariana go.
I'll just be there for she's my protection. And I'll just be there
That's
helping
right.
her because she's protecting me.
And if I protect you, you know what you gotta do.
Some
No, I'm recruiting people.
Some
I'm
new
recruiting people for
I
that.
think that's how it is. It's I'll beat your ass, but I will protect you unless.
you're going downtown, bitch. Remember that cassette tape that they used to have? They played the
What is
band?
a bitch?
Cause you're my prison bitch, my prison
That's great.
bitch. You're not like other women.
It's great.
Man.
Well, was it the last episode?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Was that the episode that I also shit?
No, there's a few back that you shit.
No, that was
the last one.
it was the last one because
And I'm
that's
pretty sure the prison. Yeah,
Am I-
I'm sure.
because I was gonna say I didn't listen to the whole thing. I just scrolled to the point where where I was gone from the screen and I was like, okay, I couldn't hear my fart.
Damn it.
And then I was like, but I saw everything you guys talked about while you're like, whoa, that was a blowout. We heard you. I'm dying laughing. I'm like, okay, we'll use that, And then it's live from Ariana's bathroom. So I put the
She's gonna sneak up. We're gonna take that microphone I haven't used in a while.
Right.
We're gonna hide it in the bathroom for just specifically when somebody goes to shit.
Oh, that'd be
A
hilarious.
long ass USB cord, be and now here's the shit cam.
It was
Shit.
live from Ariana's bathroom. Whoa, that was a blowout. We heard you. That's what it was.
Soundbite.
Yes, and the episode was called "Missy Has a Blowout." Well, wait, no, that was 2 episodes ago because the one that I was doing, I think the episode 28 episode, yes. Because that was 27, because I did do that earlier today. Episode 28 was when Ron fucked up and bought 2 of this exact same beer.
That was last week.
Yes, and we called it episode 27 instead of 28.
I thought we called it 26 is what I thought it was.
27.2.
I should have called it that. I called it episode 28. We fucked up the number, Ron fucked up the beer.
You know what still gets me, by the way, in reality? Next week, episode fucking 30.
Yes, it does.
It's goddamn
It's
impressive.
we're either going to come here or else we're going to seriously plan going to
Somewhere.
Hairless Hair.
Hairless Hair?
Yeah, we were talking
Where is
about
that?
it. In Dalia.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a pretty central-ish type. Yeah.
Okay. So maybe the hairless hair, maybe here was something special. Who the fuck knows?
Right, we'll
But it'll be
see.
episode 30.
That's right.
We've
Ooh,
consistently done
decades in.
We've consistently
Right.
done something for 30 plus weeks. High five us.
Yay!
That's new for me.
Yeah.
He's like, fuck you, bitch, no high five for you. I hate you. Go to hell, I hate you. You're gonna make me eat your pussy when we go to prison together. I'm not eating your pussy, you're eating mine. You're my bitch now.
Well, you gotta
What
protect
she
me.
won't know is that I'm really the mastermind.
She will be. She'll be like, I just want all this. Blah blah blah.
I'm like,
I
tricked you, sucker.
like, it's cool.
You'll make such a cute prison couple. I'll come visit you.
I'm
Okay.
excited.
I'll
I'm
bake you a
excited
cake
about
with
it.
violin or
That's right.
something.
Hell yeah. I've never been in prison. I've never been a prison couple, but you know.
But she's got her prison life planned out.
I do. You know what I'm going to
Planned
Some
do?
like Orange is the New Black bullshit going on here.
Right, but I will try to make it like that. It's going to be kind of like a conglomeration of Orange is the New Black and like Joe Tiger, the Tiger King.
Oh,
I'm gonna, so it's going to
Just
be
like
like
Orange is the New Missy.
Orange is the New. That'd be funny. It's just going to be like just ridiculously scripted. It's going to be like, oh my god, what the fuck? And then it's just going to be. It's going to be like I'm definitely going to have my own what you call it? Oh shit.
Entourage?
Well, I would have that too, but it's the what do you call it? Like I'm just dumb about it.
Describe it with more.
Reality TV show.
Okay.
There you go.
Camera crew and all that.
That's right. It's gonna be like a big fucking deal. It'll just be like
I can see it.
it'll be so much. I'll add so much more drama to that jail, but it'll be great because I'll make a lot of people famous and.
You'd be like, oh, what do you mean I can't get a second serving mashed potatoes? No!
It'll be really
Mashed potatoes, especially this is fucking shit. Just throw it and start a like prison food fight.
That's right.
But instead of being like a cool one, like in like the kids shows where you're just throwing food, you get stabbed with a fork.
Right. And then I'm gonna have like a shit ton of contraband.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All smuggled in her ass.
That's funny because I was getting ready to say how I watched this one time. It was, and it wasn't obvious. It wasn't a Netflix special. I don't even think they had Netflix in. But the dude had he just had a shit ton of contraband, and somehow he had a pet lizard in the jail. And I was like, okay. And I was going to talk about how I was going to have myself a pet lizard, and I guess I'm going to keister it in. So.
So not a guinea pig, a lizard.
That's right.
Or is it a hamster? It's a hamster, I'm sorry.
You got-
so, guinea pig is your pro. Like,
So you got two places to stick it there, darling. You got two
absolutely. I mean,
you see, keister it in, or you can badge it in.
that's right. Hell yeah.
You gotta queef that fucking hamster out and get into prison.
I knew somebody that was a guard in jail. I don't know if it was a jail or a prison, but either way, they said that they had to tell the ladies to squat and cough.
I've heard that before.
Is it? Well, actually,
Maybe
I
we've talked
think,
about that before. I don't know.
I don't know that we did, but I do know they also did that on Orange is the New Black because I remember
Maybe
she
that's
did
what it
leave.
Yeah.
But that's actually a real thing. You gotta squat and cough.
No problem.
I would be sucking it in. I would be having my Kegels. I'd be like, that's what I would do.
She yogaed that.
I did. Hell yeah.
I'm just picturing her like fucking vagina having been like ribbed for his pleasure, but that's just because of like all the fucking Kegel abs.
That's right.
Whips that shit out and it's just like looking like a fucking washboard chest or some shit, you know what I'm saying? But it's like her pussy.
That's right. I'm gonna do some like real weird shit. I can imagine this being done. I was gonna be like, I'm gonna do that, but obviously this is not real, and I don't think I would want to do that. But I can picture it being done. So you keister shit,
Wait,
and then you
wait,
sew it.
Get back here. Because when she's done with this, we're pretty much at time.
Okay, but I don't have that much.
I was gonna say you keister it, and then you sew it shut, and then just mazer it open whenever you're.
That's a good idea.
I wonder if they do that.
Do you think like they look close enough to notice? Like
I don't think they like slide up underneath, do it. It's more so like squat and cough. Anything drops, it drops. But if it's sewn together good enough, it's not.
I mean, it probably depends on who you get.
Ooh.
They're probably like, I might put a finger in there.
This is a whole different kind of prison date.
check.
And on that note, so you can go pee. What have we learned today, ladies?